Hello and a very, very warm welcome this Tuesday evening. My name's Sean Ryan. You are, of course, watching the Planet Cruise TV show, regular show, every Tuesday at 8 o'clock. And we have got 6 sensational offers to tempt you with tonight. Do you know, I'm terrible. I only came back from a cruise 2 weeks ago. I'm already planning my next. It gets a bit like that, doesn't it? But I'm joined by a fantastic guest. I've only worked with him once before, but this is Justin, who has been presenting the Friday show.
Yeah, I've been here every Friday.
I've watched you. I have watched you many times. Yeah, but nice to have you on a Tuesday.
Yeah, lovely to be here as well. It's great to be talking about cruises because, you know, once you do one cruise, that's it. You've got the bug, haven't you? In fact, you've still got it.
I've still got it. I really have. And Justin, you actually worked on a cruise ship. Was it P&O you worked for?
P&O, yeah. We're going to be kicking off with a great P&O deal in a few minutes' time. I'm 6 years at sea.
Wow.
So, you know, it's literally ingrained into you. So the places that, you know, we're going to be going to tonight, you know, I've been there, I've done that, I've bought the T-shirt and occasionally wear it when it fits.
Yeah, you said put a bit of weight apparently last week.
Yeah, it feels as if I've been on a cruise myself.
Yeah. No. So we're just talking earlier. No, he's not really. Listen, what a great start. Anyway, no, I'll tell you what, moving swiftly on.
Swiftly on.
If you've never booked through Planet Cruise, they are a multi-award winning agency. There are so many reasons to book. First of all, unbiased service, so we will find you the cruise that's right for you. We're open 7 days a week and best prices guaranteed there as well. Multi-award winning Planet Cruise, of course.
Well, I was going to say, if you've actually gone to their website, the customer service reviews, 97% satisfaction, and especially in this day and age with all the multimedia and social media,
that's high.
97%. It's a fantastic website, and the great thing is the people that you speak to on the other end of the phone, they're not just travel agents, they're people that have been there, like myself, that have worked in the industry, and they give you first-hand information.
And unbiased opinions and knowledge, because we work with all the cruise liners and all the different ships. And also, the new magazine, this is very nice.
Great,
yeah. I'll be nicking one of these. This is the new Planet magazine. If you go on the website, you can actually
just sign up for it.
Yeah. And it's got loads of great offers in there and lots of information about cruises, of course. But we're going to start off with P&O.
Yeah, this is an absolute great deal, and this is on Ventura as well, which at the time when I was actually leaving, this was the new ship. It was actually launched by Helen Mirren.
I remember,
just over 100,000 tonnes, so she's a really good sized ship. She's got fantastic restaurants on there. Remember, P&O has got a great rich Indian history and British history. So you've got the Saffron restaurant, you've got the Bay Tree, and of course you've got the 3-star Michelin restaurant, which is Marco Pierre's White Room.
You are such great. And we should mention as well, this is actually a Strictly Come Dancing cruise as well,
well,
isn't it?
Yeah, and this is the thing. You've got Craig Revel-Horwood on there and some of the professional dancers that are not only just going to be on board the cruise, they're going to be giving you demonstrations. There's also a chance to get involved and see how good your tango is.
Mine's amazing. Anyway, it would be after the cruise anyway. Let's take you on board with our Keith.
Fresh from her multi-million-pound refit, P&O's Ventura was launched in April 2008 by Helen Mirren. She marked an exciting new direction for P&O Cruises and is a large, beautiful, contemporary and family-friendly ship with bags of character and a more informal onboard vibe that's making her a firm favourite with many passengers.
One thing is for sure, you certainly won't go thirsty. With its emphasis on catering for today's British tastes, Ventura hosts numerous watering holes, from the visually stunning panoramic video wall, the Metropolis, through to the traditional pub, the Exchange. But this is my absolute hands-down favourite, Ollie Smith's new Glasshouse wine bar. It's a relaxed and stylish setting with tasty food available and also these wonderful flights where you can try lots of different new wines. With club or freedom dining on offer and a 24-hour buffet, you have real flexibility and you really can make the cruise fit your schedule. The recent refit also saw Atul Couture's Asian-inspired restaurant East added to Ventura's culinary arsenal. And when you do go, make sure you try the 24-hour slow-cooked lamb rendang.
With 4 pools, a massive sports deck, special celebrity sailings, a new behind-the-scenes backstage tour, the biggest gym and spa in the fleet. There is loads to do on board Ventura other than just relax with a good book and top up your tan. But it's in the evening that this ship really comes alive. Vibrant West End style shows with exciting UK guest acts played twice nightly in the Arena Theatre. Then there's the excellent light entertainment which takes place in both the Havana Show Lounge and also the Tamarind Club. But what I like most is this stunning new atrium with this wonderful dance floor. The accommodation is bright, spacious and full of designer touches. There are big suites that can cater for up to a family of 6, through to these new single cabins that are a great cost-effective option for solo travellers like myself.
That was Keith in his solo days. He's, yeah, all loved up now, isn't he? but beautiful ship.
Yeah, and the great thing about P&O as well, this really does sort of tie in with the Strictly Come Dancing thing, because they really are great when it comes to ballroom dancing. That was one of the reasons I actually went to P&O. I expect if you've actually been cruising, you'll probably dance with me at some point. But the dancers that you got on board, I mean, Craig Revel-Horwood, to choose anybody off of that panel, and several of my old colleagues that have actually worked with him say he's absolutely fantastic, wicked sense of humour.
I was going to say, you're like an absolute scream, weren't you?
You've got fantastic demonstrations as well, and chance to actually dance with the professionals. You've also got a question and answer session, and you've got a signing session as well. So perhaps if somebody who is a big fan can't actually make it, you can see some of the costumes that are on board as well. There's a couple that I think we'd probably struggle to get into, but they're fantastic. You're really immersed in the whole production side of the show as well, so you're really immersed in it.
I mean, I was amazed when I saw the price on this. Bear in mind, it's a 2-week cruise.
Yeah.
$729.
And when you break that down, that's £53 per person per night for a cruise where you've got your accommodation, you've got your food, entertainment, so you've still got all of your usual West End shows, you've got the jazz trios, you've got the classical concerts, and then you've got this. If you are a ballroom dancer, you've got to go on. In fact, I've got to keep the peace now. If you are a ballroom or a sequence dancer, you've got to go on board, because they will keep it mixed. And just take it from me, they have got people that know what they're talking about when it comes to dancing.
Do you know, even if you're not interested in dancing at all, there's still so much to do.
Oh, plenty.
You know, this is great about cruises. They are forever, but this just, for me, gives it that extra flair, doesn't it?
Yeah,
really
and such
nice.
Great value.
Yeah.
Also, you've got the option to add on the extra night at the Meon Valley as well. So if you're actually travelling down, make a proper stay of it. Especially if you're travelling from up north, it's nice just to ease your way into it. You get free car parking, even get my teeth in, and you get your transfers as well. So brilliant way.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's show you where we're going to be cruising to, because I don't know about you, but I'm sick of the cold. It's still pretty miserable out there. We're going to take you to some guaranteed sun over to the Canaries. So from Southampton, again, just in cruising from Southampton, so easy. Take as much luggage as you like.
Well, I was going to say no flying as well.
Yeah.
So, perfect way. Just load up all of your cases, all of your frocks and everything, and just enjoy it. Enjoy it. Sail away from Southampton is fantastic. When you think you're about to hit the Isle of Wight, you just hit hard to port, and then you're out to sea. First port of call is Seville, and this is just fantastic for its sherry, great for its oranges, and of course, if you do like horses as well, you've got the Royal Andalusian School of Equestrian Art there as well. So lovely old town to actually walk around.
It's very pretty, isn't it?
Oh, very pretty. Yeah. But here's Justin's little tip: get the little red bus. If you just want to hop on and hop off, you can get one of those sort of easy travellers where you just pay a few euros, jump on and jump off, and see all the sights in one go. Then you've got a relaxing day at sea. Make the most of this ship. She's absolutely beautiful. Apart from the fantastic restaurants, you've got all of the kids' club activities as well. So if you have got families, or if you don't particularly like the children, the fact that they're looked after, I tell you what, there's big kids at sea as well. This is probably one of the only ships at sea that's got a Scale electric set. 4 lanes. How cool's that?
Is it really?
Yeah. Anyway, after that, you're into Casablanca, into Morocco, and this is just fantastic. This, of course, is, play it again, Sam, it's Rick's Cafe. And did you actually realise there was no such Rick's Cafe until 2004? But you can go there now, and they've got their white dinner jackets, they've got the fezzes in there. It's just absolutely fantastic. Then we're off to the Canaries. We're actually going to go across from... Go on, sorry.
I know it's just again in April, to know that you're going to all of that lovely warmth and getting some really great weather.
Exactly. And so many people that have never been cruising before, they go, oh, am I going to get seasick? The ship's over 100,000 tonnes. It doesn't move about as much as a little ferry or a little dinghy. Okay, it is a fantastic experience, and once you've done it, we said this earlier on. Once you've done it, you're just going to do it again and again.
And the Canaries, they're also different. The islands, aren't they? This is Lanzarote.
Lanzarote, absolutely beautiful. I mean, you've got to go to the Mountains of Fire, or Montañas del Fuego, which is just absolutely stunning. It's like something not of this earth. In fact, they actually shot a lot of the 1970s science fiction films, actually in the Canaries.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was Planet of the Apes.
Oh, yeah, it was. Of course it was, yeah.
So it's unlike anything you'd ever see. Then you go completely different. You're saying about each island has got its own character. Gran Canaria. Now, this is where you've got all of your fantastic sand dunes. You've also got the Bandama crater there as well. The actual Bandama crater is 17.5 miles across and half a mile deep. And such a lush green space inside of it as well. Also the home to Christopher Columbus as well. So if you like a little bit of history, then you can do that. Very good for shopping as well is our Gran Canaria. So shop till you drop there. Then you go into La Palma. And this is a very interesting port. My other half actually worked in the Canaries for several years. And you've got La Gomera and La Palma.
Now,
they
La Palma it was really pretty from what I remember.
Yeah, they are
a bit less
small,
commercialised, isn't it?
Yeah, where you've got the islands that are big, you've got all of your shopping centres. This is untouched, and you can see they're absolutely stunning. I think actually that's part of the crater as well. So it's just beautiful to go out. It's chalk and cheese. You have a busy day and then you have a relaxing day.
I really liked it there. I remember I was there with my mum. Had a great time.
It's just a lovely way to sort of, you know, it's like the gin and tonic. It's the tonic to the gin. Then you're going to go to Funchal. This is one of my favourite ports of all time. I absolutely love this. You get into the port, there is so much to do. You've got to go to Blandy's, which is the Madeira wine house, and you can actually buy a bottle from a particular year. So perhaps if you're celebrating an anniversary or a birthday, something special, you can buy a bottle for that year. You've got to go and get some Madeira cake, go to the beautiful, there's a fantastic flower market. You can get the Birds of Paradise, which are really well known in this area. And you've got to go out the cable car and come down the toboggan. Have you done that?
No.
The toboggan's a bit like this sofa, and there's 4 chaps around the outside, and you're literally sliding down these streets at about 30 miles an hour, and these guys are guiding you down there. It's the bizarrest thing to describe, but it's the best experience. You've got to go and do it.
Don't feel you have to, though.
Well, actually, do you know what? In complete contrast, there's actually Winston Churchill's one of his most favourite retreats, and there was an old chap that used to sell cigars on the street, and he had a picture of Winston Churchill, and apparently he used to roll them for Winston Churchill. I'm not too sure whether that's true or not, but it's a lovely story. Then you're going to go off to Lisbon. Now, of course, you've got the Portuguese link there. This is a fantastic port. You've got the 25th of April Bridge, which looks like the San Francisco Bridge. That's where you dock. Walk down past here, and you'll have the Monument of Discoveries, which is all of the explorers that left Portugal. You've got the Belém Tower as well, a beautiful... It looks like a castle chess piece. And then, of course, you've got the trams as well, so you've got to go and do a tram journey. You've got to have some Mateus Rossi there. We'll touch on that a little bit later on, because one of the river cruises we've got later, you actually go to the palace of Mateus Rossi. So, lovely way to finish. And then you've got 2 relaxing days at sea and then back into Southampton.
Now, I think, Luigi, to see all of those fabulous places, to get a 14-night cruise with the Strictly Come Dancing theme, with P&O on this beautiful ship, 729 is a remarkable price tonight. Let's just remind you, actually, of just some of the things that are included. So, as we mentioned, you have got the Strictly Come Dancing theme cruise here with, of course, Craig Revel Horwood. He's scheduled to be on board. 4 professional dancers from the TV show are also scheduled to be on board. And as Justin said, and this is really, really great value, if you want to just make your cruise even less, you know, stressful, easier, why don't you just stay at the Meon Valley Marriott the night before? It's only £89 per person. You get a very special rate with them, and you'll then get your free parking for 2 weeks and your port transfers as well. You know, just in terms of value of the parking alone, it works out phenomenal there. And the whole cruise works out under £53 per person per night. All you need to do is either give us a call on that free phone number, don't forget, or go to our Planet Cruise website. And don't forget, in terms of the Strictly Come Dancing, these are some of the things that you'll enjoy. So you've got Q&As, you've got book signings and live performances, and you can even become one of the stars there as well. So, actually, before I forget as well, you can actually pre-register for P&O Cruises 2017 sailings and the Round the World Cruise 2018. You can actually pre-register today. And these are sailings on sale from the 31st of March, and the World Cruise there on sale from the 11th of April. Now, you might be thinking, well, why would I want to pre-register, Sean? What's the advantage of that? Well, there are numerous reasons. First of all, it includes up to a 20% exclusive discounts. You've got free onboard spending money or port parking. A low deposit is all you're going to need as well. Very important. I know some of our regulars, you like particular cabins, maybe you like particular floors, locations. You get your choice of that. You'll receive first priority on your dining choice as well. That's very important for me. I'm sure it is for many of you. you can actually have flexibility to change your booking. You've got a price match guarantee, and you can book securely with, we are of course APTA and ATOL protected, and a multi-award winning agency as well. But we have got Princess Cruises coming up next, and we've got two very special guests. We've actually got with us right now Richard and Joe. Nice to see you both.
Hi, nice to see you both.
No, you're the stars of the TV ad, aren't you?
Yeah, somehow. Yeah.
You are.
We are. Yes, we are.
Right, but you're not actors or anything like that, are
We're
you?
not. We are normal people from the north.
Oh, whereabouts are you from?
We're from Manchester.
Manchester.
Well,
Yeah, no,
tell 'em
we're
where
from
you're
South.
from.
We're from Knutsford, which apparently doesn't count as
Lovely.
being Manchester. Yeah. We're pretend Manx, so yeah. But we're from the north, and yeah.
But you were blue or a red?
Well, I'm an Aston Villa fan.
I'm a red.
Yeah. These are
How did you end up being the stars of the TV advert? So, if you're not actors, how did it happen?
Well, I think that's my fault because I saw an online advert, didn't tell him anything about it, which it's not particularly good for a marriage, is it? But I applied online and left 2 months later, got a phone call out the blue, and it was Princess saying, can you come down to do an audition? At that point, I thought I'd better tell the other
First I
half.
heard about it,
Yeah. And we got invited down to the audition, and they chose us, and at that point, he absolutely knew he was going on his first cruise, so that was it.
So you won this, in
Yeah,
essence, didn't you? And you got to
basically.
your first cruise.
Correct.
And
Which was amazing.
And I gather you really enjoyed it.
I loved it.
Well, I tell you
Yeah.
what, if you've not seen the advert, it is fabulous. No scripts or anything, was there?
That was partly part of the problem, wasn't it? There was absolutely no script. They followed us from the minute we got up. We went on excursions to going out at night. So it was literally followed from the minute you got up to the minute you went to bed.
Yeah, film the whole thing and totally unscripted.
Right.
And this is what they came out with.
Let's have a look at it. Here it is, the Princess Cruise advert.
I want to go back.
Yeah.
Just
Great
watching
memories.
it.
Well, I cruised myself for the first time with Princess last year, and I loved it. What did you love about Princess?
I think it was just completely, I mean, I didn't even know we were going, and I've never thought about going cruising before. So to turn up with a preconception that this is really going to be for old people and it's going to be very formal,
It's the perception, isn't
staid, yeah, and it just absolutely blew me away. And we've just had an amazing time. It hopefully comes over in that.
We loved everything. There's nothing. There's so much to do from all the food. We've come back a little fatter, so the people recommend to take elasticated waist trousers. I think that's I think that's a must if you go on your first cruise, because you do get a little portly, don't you? But it's just all the activities, from the swimming pools to the gym to anything.
And were you made at the standard of service? And
It was
standard of
incredible.
food, isn't
It is like a floating resort,
Yeah.
a 5-star resort. And you wake up somewhere different every day without having to repack your suitcase and unpack somewhere else. It's amazing.
And you're hooked now, aren't you?
Completely.
Yeah.
When you go back again?
Completely converted, yeah. We
Yeah.
are, we're booking again, and yeah, total converts.
I
now.
know. Right, lovely to hear from. Let's take you on board as well, because this is a beautiful ship. It's one of their latest, actually, isn't it,
Yeah,
Justin?
do you know, she's an absolute beauty. She was actually launched in June 2013 by Kate Middleton, just before
yes.
she had Prince George. And this is the skywalk that you just saw. Just an amazing experience. If you're brave enough, you can actually walk 128 feet above the ocean over the glass floors. So absolutely stunning. The thermal spa, I experienced, so obviously Princess being the American side of P&O, the thermal spas are absolutely to die for. They're so comfortable. Look at the size of the atrium as well. Fantastic eateries as well. You've got Sabatini's, the Italian, you've got Sterling Steakhouse, and also movies under the stars. If you love your movies, when it's really good weather, they'll actually project high-definition movies out on deck, and you can lay outside on the lounges with little fleeces and your popcorn. Yeah, you've got to have your popcorn and just enjoy, as it says, a movie underneath the stars. But it's the ports that you go into on this one. This is what I call a classic Mediterranean cruise with a little twist as well, because some of the ports are just fantastic. Flying out of Gatwick over to Rome, and of course this is your embarkation port. You're actually going to be going straight to Naples, which is your first port of call, and this was the birthplace of pizza. This is where you've got to go for a really thin and crispy pizza. Brilliant for coffees. All I'd say is, I'll warn you, if you like your coffees and you think that, oh, I can handle espresso, you haven't had an espresso until you've been here. Also, this is your port of call to do all of the big days, which I know Joe and Richard did, across to Capri. If you want to do Pompeii, Mount Vesuvius, Herculaneum, you've got all of that you can do there. Then we're off to Crete. Now, this is just fantastic. Real history that you've got here. You're actually going to go to the mythical home of the Minotaur as well. So if you love all of those old movies, you can relive a little bit of sort of Greek mythology there. This is actually a port that was actually sold for 1,000 silver coins. And I tell you what, it just doesn't even scratch the surface. Look at the blue oceans there. Absolutely stunning. Then you're going to go off to Kusadasi. Now, this is brilliant. If you're into your history, you've got to book a tour here, which Planet Cruise does, and does very well as well. Remember, the people that you're speaking to have been there and have done that. They'll recommend the best tours. You can go and see the Great Theatre. You can go and see the tomb as well. It's just an amazing experience. Then you've got an overnight on board. I used to love overnights on the cruises. You're going to be overnight in Istanbul. You've got the whole sailing of the Bosphorus, so you've got the Florence Nightingale barracks up on the banks. You've got the fantastic mosque there, and of course this is the setting for so many different Bond films, from Russia with Love, Skyfall. You can get a suit tailored there. You can get an authentic kebab. It is just fantastic. Now, from the hustle and bustle of Istanbul to the absolute tranquility and beauty of Mykonos, this is stunning. I'm telling you now, this is a hidden gem. You're famous for all of your whitewash walls, the windmills down the bottom. Again, we're talking about films with Istanbul. The Bourne Identity actually finished up here. At night, it is one of the best nightlifes here, but in the daytime, it's the place to be seen and to be seen to be glamorous. So make sure you dress up nicely there. Then you're going to be going to Athens. Now, I can't believe we completely forgot about the Athens deal, didn't we?
Oh,
at the
yeah.
Athens.
If you want to stay, and it sounds too good to be true, but 2 nights in a 4-star hotel, £39 per person.
Yeah, should we just say that again?
Yeah, shall we?
£39 per person for the 2 nights, not per night.
So that's £20 per night, and that's based on the 10th of September departure, but doing is about that extra stay. It's amazing, isn't it?
Well, and to experience Athens as well, I mean, you've got the fantastic history there. Of course, you've got the Acropolis there, you've got the Plaka, you can go and see some of the great shopping areas. It really is a great experience.
So definitely ask our call centre about that. Let's just see this beautiful ship one final time, the Royal Princess. Absolutely stunning, and so only launched in 2013. That's at Glass Walkway, isn't it?
Yeah, Skywalk. Would you do it?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I'm not too sure when the waves are coming up.
No, I definitely would.
Do you know what? The thing is, they'll have people actually washing those windows and making sure the salt's all off of it. It's great. They're always painting the ship in port as well, just to make sure it's absolute pristine condition, because that is what cruising is all about.
I've got to say, this is the ship that I really want to go on at the moment. Really is. Now, we have got exclusive pricing as well. Just remind you that is, say, exclusive to Planet Cruise. You can add on the 2-night stay in a 4-star hotel in Athens for only £39 per person. That's based on the 10th of September. Return flights based from London Gatwick, but we can, of course, find you flights from most UK airports. And look at the price on this. Bear in mind, it's such a beautiful new ship. We've got prices starting at just $799. If I was you, look at the upgrades to the balcony. For £100 more, you can have your own private balcony. Now, can I just say, Joe and Richard, thank you.
No, thank you, guys. And if anybody out there is thinking about taking the first cruise, take plunge, book it. I mean, that's an incredible deal, isn't it? Book it.
We were talking earlier, once you've done your first one, you are hooked. They are amazing. And Princess, such a great company.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I hope to see you again.
Thank you ever so much, guys.
I hope to see you on a cruise.
Yeah,
I'm sure you will.
I'm sure you will.
There's probably a very good chance of that, but thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Now, our next cruise is with another top favourite. It's actually with Celebrity Cruises, isn't it? So, let's take you on board. 5-star modern luxury. That looks like real grass to me, Justin.
It certainly is. They have actually got a complete lawn on top of the Celebrity Eclipse. And the great thing about this, half an acre to just enjoy. The ship itself is just modern luxury, and it epitomises that wonderful luxury that you expect from a cruise, but with just that little bit extra. One of the finest wine collections at sea. You've got the Canyon Ranch Spa Club as well there. It really is one of those ships to really experience.
And I've just recently come back from I think it was my 5th cruise with Celebrity, and I can honestly say the standards were incredible.
It's great.
And it might be funny, when you've cruised quite a few times, you know, it's, dare I say it, sometimes you might get a little bit picky and stuff, and I couldn't fault anything. I mean that. It's amazing. And again, the food, Justin, look at this.
I know, that's the trouble, isn't it? But there's different dining options that you've got there. You've actually got a gastro bar, which has got all of the different craft beers. They've also got a martini ice bar as well. Q Martinis, look at that.
There you go.
I think that was a dirty one as well. But, you know, I would love to cruise with Celebrity. It's the type of cruise that I would definitely choose to go on. But where you're going is just stunning, absolutely stunning. And it's the way that you've got so many different offers on this one. All I'd say is we've got so many offers on the different dates. On some of them you've got free upgrades from balconies to concierge. Some of you got free classic drinks package. Just call up and ask the guys which ones are applicable, because that's the great thing. This works out at £68 per person per night.
And we have got exclusive price on those main June dates as well. But again, this is straight from Southampton. Honestly, it's so nice not to have to fly, to let your holiday begin straight away. And where's first of all then, Justin?
Going straight over to Bruges. Your actual port is Zeebrugge. Bruges is just fantastic for chocolates. So go and have a look around the canals, experience some of the chocolates. Then you've got 2 relaxing days at sea. Make the most of that ship. She's an absolute beauty.
I've got to say, the days at sea for me are some of the best sometimes.
Yeah, just relax, just get fresh sea air. They always say fresh sea air. It's not a myth. It really does work. Stockholm is your next port of call. Now, this is, of course, you know, real Scandinavian and Viking country, so you've got some fantastic museums there. And it's also the location of the first ice bar in the world that's kept at a balmy 23 minus all year. Everything is made out of ice. So the bars, the actual seats, everything. You do get like a padded jacket to go in there. So if you do like your bars and, you know, a little bit of life, go and do that. Then you're off to Tallinn in Estonia, one of my favourite ports of call. It's absolutely stunning. For those of you that are into your box sets, of course, yeah, it's where they film Game of Thrones, or some of it anyway. But you've got the old town here. In fact, you've got the old town hall right in the centre of the square, which is actually beautiful. I was actually lucky. One of my very good friends off of the cruise ship actually married a girl from Estonia. That's where he had his wedding, in the town hall. It's brilliant. But one of the things you've got to go to is the flower market. You've got 2 towers leading into the old town. And just on the left-hand side here, the picture doesn't do it justice. You have got one of the best, and when I say the aromas that you smell, and I know you're only going to buy them and have them for a couple of days in your cabin, you've got to do it. Indulge in the flower market. Also, if you're feeling a little bit brisk, walk up to the church up at the top. It's well worth it. And for those of you who like something a little bit different, there's a, is it Duran bar? Or is it, there's a really weird bar up at the top there, and it's the weirdest, and it's a themed bar of an 80s pop band.
Oh,
it's
really?
the bizarrest experience.
Oh, I'd quite like
anyway,
that.
move on.
Yeah, I'd
in
like
fact, no,
that.
sorry, it's Depeche Mode. How did I get Depeche Mode mixed up with Duran Duran? Anyway, as you do. But this is where you go to St. Petersburg. And this is where you will get to experience one of the easiest transits into Russia. Everything's sorted out by the cruise ship, all the visas, it's all done. You've got to go to the Hermitage. You've got to go and see some of the arts and the relics there. You've got to go and see the Russian ballet. There's the Hermitage there. Absolutely wonderful. You can walk around there for hours and only scratch the surface. And some of the artwork and some of the things that they've got in there is just absolutely stunning. Like you'd never see again, once in a lifetime. But you've got to go and do the Russian ballet. It is just stunning.
And because you're there overnight, obviously you've got the opportunity to do that.
To do that. Yeah. Also, Celebrity do actually offer an option that you can go to Moscow as well.
Oh, really?
So if you are travelling that way, if you've done St. Petersburg before, then bear that in mind and book a little bit of an excursion nice and early.
Now, you've got another day at sea, haven't you?
Yeah, but we're into one of these ports. I just love this place, Warnemünde. And this is where they go swimming 365 days of the year. These guys are not frightened. It is the gateway to Berlin as well, so if you do want to go to Berlin, if you want to do some historic stuff from World War II, you can do. You can go and get your passport stamped by a Checkpoint Charlie, down at where the Berlin Wall used to be. But the actual port itself, lovely little port, very quaint. And you can go across to an island, very much like Sandbanks. It's sort of like one of those really sort of rich and exclusive areas. Warnemunde's got this little island that you can go across to. You can only get across to it by ferry, only a couple of euros, and you walk around the island, and that's their summer homes. For the Germans.
very nice.
It's absolutely stunning. Then into Copenhagen. There's some interesting museums in Copenhagen, but I'll leave it there. You can go to Tivoli, which has got to be the highlight because you've got everything there. You've got roller coasters. It's the first place I had candy floss. 23 years of age and I've never had candy floss. Tivoli Gardens. So you've got to go there, and also you've got to go and see the Little Mermaid as well. Have a little bit of one. She is a Little Mermaid. Blink and you'll miss her. But some fantastic culture in Copenhagen. Then you've got a couple of relaxing days at sea, back to Southampton, and then the end of your cruise. It has to come to an end somehow.
I tell you what, though, you've had 14 amazing nights with celebrity, and again, I really want, if you've never cruised with celebrity, this is 5-star modern luxury at its best. Every aspect of the ship is tasteful, is beautiful. I love this area. This is an adults area that's all undercover as well. It's great for chilling and relaxing. And again, some of the most beautiful food that I've ever had in my life. Gorgeous ships, stunning dining experiences, and outstanding entertainment as well. So I've personally cruised with celebrity, I think it's 5 times now, and I have never, ever been disappointed. And I've got to say, for this price today, $949 for 2 weeks, it does represent outstanding value for money. Now, Justin said there are various offers depending on your dates, but you'll get a free classic drinks package when booking Ocean View or above on the July dates there. We can also give you a one-night stay at the Meon Valley Marriott. Now, that's only going to cost you £89 per person per night. And bear in mind, you will get free parking for the whole 2 weeks, so that would save you an awful lot of money. And we have got slightly different itineraries depending on the various departure dates. Price-wise, let's just share those prices with you. And we have got, say, prices on the interior starting at $949. But if you look there, very little difference on the Ocean View, and some great upgrades, of course, as well. Now, I was about to go on to our next cruise, which is a river cruise with Saga. However, we're going to hold that for a second because we're going to go to the phone lines, to the actual Planet Cruise call centre and speak to, is it Rob?
It is. You all right, guys?
Yes, we are, thank you. You surprised us there a little bit. So,
yeah.
Rob,
well, we've got a last-minute deal for you this evening.
Okay.
We've got Thompson's Spirit. Now, this is the 13th of next month. So anyone looking for a little bit of sun over the next month or so, we've got 13th of April.
Right.
7 nights. Now, it's in and out of Limassol in Cyprus. But the great news on this one is that we've actually got regional flights at the same cost from places like Edinburgh, Newcastle, Exeter, Cardiff, Bristol, Birmingham, as well as the usual London flights. Now, for the 7 nights on this one, we're looking for an outside cabin at just $379 per person.
Seriously, $379?
Free upgrade from inside to outside this evening.
$379.
You couldn't stay at home for that price.
You really couldn't. and so are the flights included?
Flights included and your transfers as well.
And your transfers, $379.
If you're free on the 13th of April, I know what I'll be doing.
Well, I get my new holiday allowance in April. That's looking. That is one of the best offers ever, isn't it?
That is crazy.
Has that just come in, Rob?
Yeah, we've had this live from today.
Wow.
I imagine it's not going to be around for too long. But obviously, at the moment, we're open for another couple of hours yet. Give us a call and we'll see what we can do for your flights.
Is it already selling quickly, though, Rob?
Well, we've got a couple of calls waiting already from some of the other deals, and I've got a feeling we're going to get a few from this one as well.
Yeah. All right, Rob. Well, that sounds brilliant. $379. Thank you so much. And it was the 13th of April, wasn't it?
13th of April on the Thompson Spirit.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. I think that's going to be.
Speak to you later, guys.
That's an absolute bargain,
Bye.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
$379.
And this is the last-minute cruises are always some of the best value.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
That is sorry, even I'm a bit speechless on that one. That takes a lot. And now, I've been on 21, 22 cruises now, but I've never done a river cruise. And I've got to say, it's kind of next on the list. And we've got a brilliant one now with Saga, haven't we?
Do you know, it's a completely different experience. You know, once you've done ocean cruising, you've done the Mediterranean, you've done the Caribbean, this is 3 decks, 80 passengers, one of the most intimate experiences you're ever going to get. You literally open your window and there's the port there. You step off the ship straight into the town. And especially for those of you that go on cruises, you don't like the tenders or you don't like the shuttle buses, oh, this is right up your street because she's a beautiful little ship, but it's the places that you're going to go to on this one that really do make it special. You've got 6 excursions included with this, and free coach rail travel and airport parking as well.
And you get an upgrade to all-inclusive as well.
Well, it's all-inclusive.
Yeah, so it's all your drinks and everything.
Everything. I mean, and again, it is a completely different experience, but don't expect it to be, oh, OK, we're going to cut back on this, we're going to cut back on that. It's even more because there's only 80 people. They spend so much time with you. You know all the crew before you get off.
And I didn't realise that river cruises were as lavish as they actually are.
Oh, easily. And the locations that you see in, again, if you've done the Med, you've done the you've done the Caribbean, you've done the Baltic, this has got to be definitely next on your list.
And it must be so nice having a bit more of an intimate atmosphere with just 80 passengers.
Yeah, and a lot of the times you're actually docked overnight as well. So you're actually sailing in the day, so it's a really nice, relaxed atmosphere. And again, just stepping off into that port. There's still all the usual onboard activities, and I think with 80 passengers, you get to know people a lot better. And it's like Joe and Richard, you know, making friends. It's sort of, I only met them for a few minutes talking about cruising. I already want to go out to Nuts and have a drink with them, you know. So it's that time where you really will make memories.
And don't forget, everything is included with this one, and 6 excursions as well.
Yeah. And when you actually go through everything, all day, every day, everything is included, and you've got so much on your itinerary.
Well, it starts with our little flight, doesn't it?
Yeah, it starts. You're going to fly out to Porto in Portugal, and this is, well, basically the afternoon you get to acclimatise, and then you've got the overnight on board. Then the first day, this is where you actually take your first excursion to a monastery. You get wine included with that, and then your cruise continues on to the next port of call where you stay overnight. Now, day 3, this is Panao, and this is where you get, again, another excursion. So you're going to go to the city of Lamego. This is one of the most attractive cities in Portugal. You've got the sanctuary of Nossa as well, and it's just beautiful. The steep terraces looking down into the actual valley is just stunning. Again, you've got wine tasting that afternoon as well. So everything, all that we're giving you is all included. On to day 4, you're going to be going into Vega de Terron, and this is actually the only excursion where you're going into Spain. You're going to go to the Castillo de Rodrigo. My Spanish is not that great, you'll have to bear with me. It's a medieval village, basically, set atop the hillside. And again, the views that you're going to get here at night is just going to be absolutely stunning. Then you're going to go, and this is where you have a dedicated overnight on board. And this is Barça de Alva. Again, back into Portugal, and this is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This is where you get to see some of the plazas, the main squares. You've also got dinner at a local restaurant that night and a flamenco show as well.
Fabulous.
So, again, all of this is included. You know, 6 excursions, flamenco shows, dinners out, lunch on board.
And it must be so nice just to pop, you know, on and off the actual ship.
And again, I don't want to confuse matters because we've got quite a strict itinerary, but sometimes you will get off the ship and go on a tour and join the ship in a different place. It's so exciting. It's like an adventure. Day 6, we're actually going to be into Regua. This is another overnight on board. This is where you get an excursion, not only to a beautiful winery, but you also get to go to the Casa de Mateus Palace. This is, you know, the Mateus Rosé that's so popular in Portugal. It's fantastic, isn't it? Especially with chicken and chips. When we ever used to go into Lisbon, chicken and chips and a bottle of Mateus Rosé. You get to go to the palace that's on the bottle. So you've got to have a couple of glasses of rosé there. Then you come back into Porto, and this is where you've got another overnight on board, and then disembark on day 8 and then transfer back to the UK. Everything included, 6 excursions.
Even your coach rail travel, or airport parking, of course, as well. Let's just take you on board this beautiful ship. So you were saying about 80 passengers.
80
maximum.
passengers, 3 decks. The actual, the top deck, which is the restaurant, is basically the bar, and you've got panoramic windows from floor to ceiling. So, you know, when you are having lunch, you've got all of those views that you can just take in.
I mean, it must just be so magical and so relaxing, I'd have thought, as well.
Well, relaxing, and you've got plenty to do. You've got a tour of a monastery, tour of Lamego, the Castillo de Rodrigo, easy for me to say, Salamanca.
Sounds like you've been on the road there,
yes, I wish I was. A winery, the Casa de Mateus Palace as well. 6 excursions.
Well, just to remind you of what's included, because it is everything on this one. Free coach rail travel or airport parking at Gatwick. You get a free upgrade today to all-inclusive and 6 excursions. Return flights based on London Gatwick, and you've got those great overnights, of course, as well. We've actually got, if you ring us tonight, if you're quick, you could even book for 2017, and believe it or not, we've got prices starting at less than £1,000 as well. And don't forget, it is a free phone number. Are we open until 10:30 tonight, Justin? So 10:30 tonight, yeah. And first thing tomorrow morning, of course, as well. Price-wise, we have got various prices across the board there for the main deck river view and the upper deck river view as well. The lead price there is for the 27th of October. Yeah, I like the look of, say, river cruising.
Try river cruise.
I don't get enough holiday, Justin. That's the problem. That's the problem. I don't. You know at home, I'm never on holiday.
We've still got 2 more cruises.
We have.
I can't believe.
Now, one of the very first cruises I took was actually on this ship tonight, the Norwegian Jade, and I had such a great time. I loved it. Very relaxed, you know, very informal, freestyle, as they often call it, with Norwegian Cruise Lines. And we've actually got the Jade tonight for under £600. And it's all-inclusive, isn't it?
I was going to say, free upgrade to all-inclusive,
Yeah.
free exclusive $50 on-board spend, and free Wi-Fi as well.
And I know I'm a bit bad, when I talk about, all-inclusive, how good it is. But I do, like a lot of people on a cruise, I do like a drink. And it's not necessarily just alcohol, soft drinks and coffees and things like that.
But isn't it just better to get to the end of the cruise and know that you haven't got a bill?
Yeah, definitely.
And
definitely.
that's,
Because you can get carried away sometimes. You don't want to be thinking, oh, can I afford another drink? Oh, should I have a drink at lunch?
Do you have cocktail of the day every day?
I'm not saying that. If you've ever seen me on a cruise, I let my hair down, I enjoy it.
You know the day of the week by what the cocktail of the day is.
Anyway, let's just show you. It's a lovely one. This was brilliant, actually. You fly from London to Venice, and then you embark the Norwegian Jade for a 7-night cruise.
Well, yeah, and this is where we've got another fantastic offer that if you want to start your cruise in style, you can have a 2-night stay in Venice for £139. I've got to say that, obviously there's all the stereotypes in Venice. You've got to go on a gondola.
Of course you have.
St Mark's Square is absolutely beautiful. Go to the island of Murano if you like your glass as well. And then you've got the Rialto Bridge, you've got the Bridge of Sighs. There's so much to do in Venice. And again, you're going to be staying in Mestre, which is just outside of Venice. Small little coach ride in. And actually, Mestre is where they actually build a lot of the ships, Fincantieri. So you may actually see some new ships set in sail.
Very nice. But honestly, really worth doing that, as Justin said. And then, 7-night cruise?
Yeah, Dubrovnik, absolutely beautiful. You've got this fantastic walled city. Actually, this particular place, you can walk the actual city wall itself. It's about 1.5 miles, but there's no traffic allowed in the actual city itself, so it's all pedestrian areas. Absolutely stunning. And of course, again, if you're a big fan of Game of Thrones, then you'll probably recognise this as well. By the way, see the 3 arches? Some really good restaurants down in there. Anyway, I digress. Then we're going to go off to Athens. Now, we touched on Athens earlier on. Plenty to do in Athens. If you like your shopping, you've got to go to the Plaka. And then, obviously, history. You can go and see the Olympic Games. You can go and see the guards change as well with the little pom-poms on their shoes as well. Fantastic experience. Then we're off to Santorini.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, Santorini. Yeah. This is the quintessential. This is what you see on all the adverts for Greece. There's that yogurt advert at the moment. Yeah. It's just blue roofs and whitewashed walls. But this is where they believe that Atlantis was originally. It's actually in a crater, so that's why it's so beautiful. Look at the colour.
It's stunning. I've only been once, but loved it.
Absolutely beautiful. Then you've got a relaxing day at sea. Then we're going to go back into Croatia, and this is where you're going to go into Split. Now, this is just beautiful. Pine-clad hills, secluded coves and beaches. This is the cosmopolitan part of the Dalmatian Riviera. It really is the place to be seen. So there's some fantastic places. Great for water sports if you want to go down to the beach, but then also great for that sort of cafe culture if you want to dress up, hide behind your sunnies, and just sit there and sip on a nice cocktail.
And look good.
Well, try and look good. And then, of course, back into Venice. It's just one of those... The Adriatic is one of those places you've got to go and do.
And again, to do this for under £600 tonight, and it's a free all-inclusive, got some great deals this Tuesday.
Well, and the fact that you can add in that 2-night stay to start off your cruise, £139 for 2 nights in Venice.
And for those of you, by the way, that have never cruised with Norwegian Cruise Lines, so they are very relaxed. They're known as kind of like freestyle cruising. So, you know, although you've got waiter service in the restaurants, there's no set dining or anything like that, no set times. It's all quite informal, isn't it?
I was going to say, you know, different cruise lines have their own characters, and where you've got sort of P&O, which is quite formal, this is where you don't want to be set to times, you don't want to be set to dress codes, just like you said, freestyle.
I've cruised with Norwegian Cruise Line, I think 3 times, and really, really loved it. And this is particularly a nice ship as it happens. If you'd like to book this tonight, every cruise does have its own ID number, by the way. You see that on the screen there, 110127. But let's just remind you, I forgot to mention you get free Wi-Fi when booking Ocean View or above, and Wi-Fi can be expensive on a cruise. You'll get it free tonight if you have an Ocean View. Return flights are based from London Gatwick, but you can also find your flights from most UK airports. And as Justin said, really worth staying for 2 nights, either pre or post-cruise, for just £139. And those free drinks, by the way, let's just talk you through. So that's going to be spirits and cocktails. So that's about, yes, I'll probably have one of those to start the evening. Wine by the glass, bottled or draft beers, and all of your fountain soda and juice. You'll get all of that included, so you don't need to worry about a bill at the end of the
And
cruise
you've
for
also
drinks.
got, as well, another $50 to spend on board as well. So spend that how you like. You know, if you want to have a massage or a treatment, or perhaps go into the shops, you know, it's just a fantastic deal.
And that's
really good
actually
deal.
on your account, so you can use that as you get on board. Now, our final cruise.
What way to finish?
Oh, it's a biggie. And it's a very unusual itinerary, actually, this one. It's with Holland, America, and it's your chance of starting in Singapore and going all the way over Indonesia. It's stunning, this one. Love to do it.
Again, if you've never travelled this part of the world, Singapore is absolutely stunning. To have 2 nights there in a 5-star hotel, it's just an experience like no other.
I was only there in November for 1 night, and I really felt I'd missed out.
Were you transiting?
No, I was there on a cruise, but we're only there 1 day. That was it. Yeah,
and that's the thing. You know, what do you do when you go to Singapore? You've got to go to Raffles. Perhaps if you're on a beach day, you go to Sentosa Island. But this is where you can really fit everything in. See the city at night. You know, you've got the sort of the old culture meeting the new, and the new money that there is. I mean, this is again close to my heart. The F1 season's just started, and of course you've got the F1 circuit that goes underneath that very hotel, the Marina Bay Hotel. They've actually got a pool that goes across the top of the 3 skyscrapers that's effectively like a resort in itself. So if you've just got to go there just for lunch and then just to see the quay and the harbour side, it's that hustle and bustle that you expect from the Far East.
I tell you what, I was so amazed at how clean everywhere was.
Oh, yeah.
It's immaculate.
Yeah. The first time I went into Singapore, it was just in the airport. I was like, wow, this is a different experience.
Like, all the trees and shrubs and everything just look like they've been pruned that morning. It's they do, honestly.
Wait till you get onto the ship. Because if you like your gardening, the Volendam has actually got a garden theme that actually runs all the way through it.
I like that.
Now, your first port of call is Jakarta. Now, this, of course, is just absolutely stunning. You've got to go into the heart of Jakarta. You've got the Merdeka Square. You've got this wonderful marble obelisk with a flame covered in gold foil. Weighs about 77 pounds. Just the gold up at the top there. And one of the beautiful things I love about this area is its art and performance as well. You've actually got a puppet museum, or wayang, and wayang is basically translates into shadow or ghost. So you know when you see the little puppets against the sort of silhouettes and shadows, that's what you've got there. So it's sort of the oldest way of storytelling down through the generations. So beautiful to see that. You've also got the Botanic Gardens as well. There's 15,000 different species of trees and plants, and there's also the zoo as well. So loads to do in Jakarta.
Yeah, I'm really into gardening and things. So where's next then, Justin?
We're going into our next port of call, which I've actually forgotten now. Where are we going?
We're going to Semarang.
Semarang, that's it. I know what's here, but I couldn't remember what it was. You've got 504 Buddha statues in this one temple, and that's the Borobudur Temple. Now, this is believed that there's around 30,000 stonecutters and sculptors and 15,000 labourers. Took thousands of man-hours to create this wonderful temple. You've also got the Batu Temple as well, which is probably one of the oldest Chinese temples in existence as well, going back to the Ming Dynasty, so plenty to see there. Then we're going into our next port of call, Surabaya, and this is where you can see some of the authentic batik. Now, if there's anybody that likes watching Create and Craft and loves your craft in here, then this is going to be perfect. This is where they have the fabrics and they put the wax over the top and then dye into it. So if you love your crafting, you've got to go and see, some of the authentic batik done there. You've also got some fantastic ruins, and of course, because you've got that colonial history with the Dutch influence as well, some fantastic structures as well. After that, you've got a relaxing day at sea. I think you'll probably need it. But this is to build up to one of the best highlights of the cruise, Komodo Island, and the famous home of the Komodo dragon. Take a look at this beast. Hey, it looks like me first thing in the morning when I put my makeup on. But seriously, don't let these things bite you. They can smell blood as well. Thankfully, the island, the only way you're going to get to it is on a tour. And it's because they want to keep it as its natural habitat. And this is one of the only places you're actually going to find them in the world. They feed them up before you go to the tour.
I was going to say, a friend of mine recently came back and had an amazing time, but everything is obviously all escorted very safely and very securely. But they are amazing creatures.
Quite literally, the guys, they've got no fear. They hold these creatures back literally by tapping them with bamboo sticks. It's like, get back, get back. But just think, it's like your dog, but just slightly bigger and scarier. Anyway, then we're going to go into Lombok. Now, this is where I just go, take a look at this. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
No, but it is. It's absolutely serene, crystalline waters you got there. And this is where you're going to get your craft villages. So if you like to pick up little trinkets and authentic stuff, not down the market where they're just sent out and it's got a label on the bottom and a barcode. This is where they actually hand make the trinkets, so you can bring them back. There's also some beautiful waterfalls there as well. They've got the Sedang waterfall, 328 feet high. That's part of the national park, so if you want to go and see there. Then we're going to go back into Indonesia and we're going to go to Bali. Now this is where you see the monkey forest. Oh, it's absolutely stunning. If you love your monkeys, you've got a sacred monkey forest, you've got shrines, temples coming out of your ear rolls. It is just stunning. Absolutely. And take a look at the beaches as well. I mean, there's a sun lounger for you and me. Straight away, it's just choose the cocktail.
I mean, I've got to say, it's a stunning itinerary, isn't it? It really is. And we've still got another port, haven't we?
Yeah, and hopefully, if we've got the lingo right, we're going to go into proper lingo.
Hey.
This is natural wonders. This is where you want to do your Jeep safaris. This is where you want to go out on a day. You can also see something called Karpan Sapi, which is the locals' bull racing. Not Red Bull racing, there are other brands available, but bull racing. Also, it celebrates the successful rice harvest. And of course, you've got all the rice paddies around here as well. It's one of those traditions that, you've got to go and see. It's like if you go to Argentina, you see the gauchos. You've got to go here and see the bull racing. Then you've got a couple of days at sea to just relax and unwind before you go back into Singapore and then fly overnight back to London. Yeah. What an itinerary.
Not to London, to Birmingham.
Oh, sorry, Birmingham. Yes, sorry, yeah.
Yes, we've got Birmingham flights in this for a little bit of a bit of a change for you, and it helps out with our Midlands viewers, of course. Now, this is the ship you're going to be on board, and it's a 5-star luxury, isn't it?
Absolutely. So the thermal spa again. This is just where you want to relax and unwind. You know when you have one of those afternoons, these beds, you want to go into the spa and then dry off on those beds, because you'll wake up and you're like, what time is it? Is it time for tea? There is the gym if you want to entertain it.
Do you know, it's the only time I ever go to the gym on a cruise ship.
You're joking.
I do, honestly.
Well, is that how you balance it?
I just
heavy evenings,
I
hard in the gym in the days.
looking out at the sea and things. I actually only enjoy going to the gym really on a cruise ship.
Well, I was going to say, it's a better view than the gyms that you get in the UK.
Normally you're staring at a brick wall, aren't you? Anyway, it's a 5-star ship with Holland America. Stunning, stunning restaurants and service. As we mentioned, this one actually does have return flights from Birmingham. For all of our Midlands viewers, you've got flights that are available from most UK airports. So if you are London-based, not a problem. And we have got a 2-night stay in that 5-star hotel in Singapore, remember, prior to your cruise. Right, wow, right. What a show. Are you ready? Here's a quick recap. My trouble is I've just come back from a cruise and I want to book another already. It's like that, isn't it? But we started off with an amazing offer from the world-renowned P&O. It's a 40-night Canary Isles with the Strictly Come Dancing theme, 7 to 9. I've got a feeling this one is going to go very, very quickly tonight. I mean, it works out, just over £350 a week, on about £365 a week, with an amazing theme, of course, as well. And it works out under £53 per person per night. The ID number for that one, by the way, is 97434 on board the stunning Ventura. We then moved on to our next offer, which was with, of course, the one and only Princess Cruises. We're joined, of course, by Joe and Richard for this one, and it's on board one of the newest, one of the most beautiful ships, the Royal Princess, a 7-night Greece and Turkey cruise from Rome. I actually feel like this one myself. Exclusive prices to Planet Cruise, and of course, based on return flights from London Gatwick, but we can find your flights from most UK airports. The ID number for that one is 95461. Beautiful itinerary, taking you all the way over there to, of course, Athens and Mykonos and Istanbul, of course, as well. Then, 5-star modern luxury with Celebrity. This is the 14-night Scandinavia and Russia cruise from Southampton. Brilliant price for Celebrity. I've got to say, I think it's one of the best prices we've seen, and we have actually got exclusive prices on the May and June dates, and lots of different upgrades depending on which date you choose. And starting, say, at 949 for the lead date there, the 5th of June. Let's just give you a little taster of where you're going to be visiting on that one as well. Lots of places I've not been to, actually. I still haven't been over to St. Petersburg, as it happens. Then we moved on to the Saga River Cruise. 7 nights. Now, first of all, there are loads of extras included. It's an all-inclusive. You get free coach, rail travel or airport parking at Gatwick. You get a free upgrade to that all-inclusive, and 6 excursions are also included in the price. Return flights based on London Gatwick and the great overnight on board in Porto there as well. And we've even got 2017 sailings for under £1,000 tonight as well. Then, one of my really, favourite ships, actually, the Norwegian Jade. Got great memories of her. And look at the price on this one. If you're on a budget tonight, or if you're looking just to maybe, get away, but you're thinking, maybe got £1,000 plus, this is $599. You get free Wi-Fi when booking an Ocean View, return flights based on London Gatwick, and of course, we can also offer a 2-night stay in a 4-star hotel in the Venice Maestro there. And it is a free all-inclusive upgrade on that one as well, of course, at $599. So you don't need to worry about any of your prices for drinks. And then, of course, finally, we just saw it, Holland America, that amazing trip, the 60-night Singapore and Indonesia Explore with the stays there as well. And the flights are based on Birmingham, but again, we could find your flights from most UK airports. Just quickly, we'd love to see your pictures, and the way for you to be part of the show is, of course, to share with us your favourite cruise moments using the hashtag #PlanetCruiseCapture. And this one there is Carla G. What a beautiful sunset.
Yeah, and actually, just on this, I just remembered that we got 2 people that sent in one of these pictures before in Berkhamsted that's watching tonight. That was Rebecca and Ivor. They've been tuning in, so great to see you.
Justin, nice to work with you again.
See you next week.
See you next week, Justin. Don't go